Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin, utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
All right, everybody. 10 at the hour. Apologize for being about 5 minutes late. Was on a very important call, trying to bring AIRO to that next level for you guys. Shout out to all the 239 people on the call. Let's get started real quick here. Let me find, there it is. So as always, we got to start it off with a disclaimer. So right now, tonight, you guys know you guys are rocking out New York session, or London session, I'm sorry, with Nate and Calvin. We are not financial advisors. Neither is Auvoria Prime. We are just simply here to teach you how to utilize the software tool to trade the markets. All right. Now that that's over. All right, guys. So a lot of confusion in the group. I don't know why. I put the new schedule in the group today. That schedule is in Eastern Standard Time. Please learn how to convert your time zone to the time zone written. That way you know exactly when the calls are. All right. That is what the time zones are for, to help make it easy to know when it is for your time frame. All right. London session starts technically Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, Friday morning. Those are 3 days. All right. New York session, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All right. And then the other live trading session, which was called Hawkeye, again, we're going to try to not differentiate. This is one team. So the other, that session is going to be Monday through Friday from 7:30 Eastern to 9 a.m. Eastern. So that schedule, all you have to do is convert the time frames, and I put the exact days on there, the technical days, so it is accurate. All right, based on the time zone that we live in. Now, your time zone may be different. All you have to do is convert it, and you know exactly when we are on the calls. All right. As far as the links will be posted in the announcements channel 45 minutes before the call, 10 minutes before the call. Typically, we'll also push those announcements to the groups, so there's no need to continue to ask for links. They are always sent out every day for every call at the same time. All right. Every time, every day at the same time. All right. Couple more announcements. We're looking to get version 4 out this week. Doing some extra thorough testing since a few people are having some issues, with lagging still. I've been able to help a lot of people out. And what I'm finding out is that people are not truly knowing how to reboot their VPS. All right. That is an issue. All right. So we'll go over that tonight so that those who are on the call can get that learned, because it is imperative that you learn how to do what? Reboot your VPS. Because rebooting your VPS will help you to get the upgraded VPS, and then you also get the upgraded AIRO. All right. As well, please utilize your remote desktop and not actually look to trade through the website. Even on the website, it's told that for your best performance, you want to go through your remote desktop. And there are videos that will show you how to set up your remote desktop. Please make sure to check those out. All right. Other announcements for those of you guys who missed the live event, shame on you. We had a great time. A lot of announcements were made. And yeah, we're about to be, real quick. So we can get to it, potentially get into a trade. I see one here. Dang. Let's jump in the charts real quick. So jumping in the charts real quick. Jump at GI. We got an AIRO on GI. We're in an uptrend. I hate that. That looks like a beautiful trade setup right there.
Yep. That's like a 10-pip move right there and out.
You think so against the trend? Because it's already broke Asia session. Ooh. You calling that trade, Calvin? Is that what you saying? Is that what we doing? Is that the move?
I'll take 10 pips.
All right, guys. Calvin and already called it, guys. We're going 10 pips on GI. So we're selling GI for 10 pips. All right, we're selling GI for 10 pips. I'll put mine at 20 just in case this thing wants to shoot down really, really fast. So we're going with a sell on GI for 10 pips. It's got an Asia session breakout. We're going against the trend. So as you become a more advanced trader, you can start taking trades against some of the rules. If you do not agree with this trade, do not take the trade. We're not forcing you to. We're just letting you know what we're getting into. All right? We're letting you guys know what we're getting into. I will also explain to you guys why this is potentially a good trade. All right? So I apologize, guys. Strategy number 9 will be out this week. I promise it will be out this week. But as I can see here, it is difficult to show you guys without the video really breaking it down. But I can see the market maker cycle is over with. All right. As you can see here, the W formation here, 1, 2, 3, 4, W, and we're now ended with a M formation here. As you guys will see in the video later on, that the market maker cycle is complete. And we're looking for a potential reversal. All right. Let me get the rest of my charts open real quick. If you're wondering what I'm using, I am using version 4. Just continue to utilize it. I've got the there's some of the other developers or our IT team are going to be running tests on version 4 to ensure that when we roll out version 4, we have the best performance. And so we're finally making some tweaks to ensure that you guys get the best opportunity to utilize AIRO software for those of you guys who are having issues. All right. There are going to be some that, quite frankly, need to just follow certain rules because some people are just not doing that. But for those who have done everything necessary, still having troubles, we are working at the very best and the fastest pace to ensure that we get you guys a software, or not really a software, we get you guys the best opportunity to actually utilize the software that you're paying for. All right.
Real quick, Nathan. So look at BTC on the 5-minute. How you feeling about a sell if it breaks through that zone?
Formation.
Short sell.
It's gonna have to break. Yeah, it's gonna have to break the zone and break this M formation here, and let it take it for a sale.
Cool. So everyone need to watch out for that BTC for sure.
I'm mad I missed Ripple this morning, this weekend, man. People were eating off that Ripple, and I missed the breakout again.
Nah, I was so mad I didn't sell. I'm just watching it and watching it. I'm just like, that was a good sell for sure.
I was waiting for the breakup. I actually, the candle before it broke up, I was actually watching that chart this weekend. I didn't get an opportunity to get into it. I'm a little upset about that. Bottom out, ain't really doing much of nothing right now. All right.
And make sure everyone is practicing risk management for sure. Like, just because the trade is being called, definitely practice risk management. Don't take, over leverage your account, because those are those moments you be at nighttime by yourself holding your face. We don't want all that. We don't want you to pull out the Nate cup. You don't got to pull out the Nate red cup tonight. Don't do it to yourself.
So, okay, baby, so drink of the night, simply lemonade. Once again. Yeah, man. I'm still salty about that. I had to come back and get that. Had to make that money back.
EU.
Yes, everybody was asking about EU. So let's go look at EU, and then someone asked about UCAD as well. EUR USD. Downtrend, bag entry. $22 pips away from the zone. Look like a good trade to me. That's something you guys want to take. Go ahead and trade it. I don't trade EU. I definitely don't trade EU during this time of day. But I just don't trade EU. So if you're in that, I saw a lot of people say they were selling it. That's a valid trade. Look like it actually dropped as well. Good 6, 7 pips. All right. I just don't trade EU, guys. So if you're in that trade, hey, shout out to you. It's valid trade. We'll keep it open. We'll see how that trade pans out. USD CAD. Someone asked about USD CAD. There's no entries on USD CAD. So somebody asked about that one. There is. You had a bounce here, but there's no AIRO, so it can't be a bag entry. There's no AIRO. Now, if your broker has an AIRO on it, and and mine doesn't, that just because you have a different broker, different price points trigger. Price is what triggers everything. Price triggers the arrows, and price triggers the zones to form. Price is the candlesticks. Different brokers have different prices. Therefore, some brokers are going to trigger certain things that some brokers won't. That's how it is. If you want to see the exact same thing I'm seeing, hit me up in the DMs, ask me what broker I'm using. I'll let you know. All right, so let's go back and look at GI. A little bit of drawdown. No worries there. Stop sharing. Let me ask you a couple questions real quick. All right, guys. So let's go take a look at it here. People continue to ask about strategy number 2. So I'm gonna try to make it real clear, but the video makes it very clear, guys. If you don't really understand, there are other videos on the website under AP Academy that go over higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows. Please invest in learning about how to look at charts. All right. Please invest in learning. Please watch the videos as well. So let's go to H1 here. We'll go back to this day right here. All right. So we had a bounce and an arrow on the H1. Therefore, our entry is right here on this line. Started this candle right here. Let me mark the candle we enter in on. The candle we're entering in on is this candle right here. X marks the spot, or the cross marks the spot right there. All right. Because we got the arrow on this candle, we enter in very next candle. The arrow only pops up when this candle it's pointing to closes and the next candle opens. All right. That's how the software works. It's not late. That's how the software works. People ask me all the time, I'm getting my entries late. You're not getting the entries late. You're getting them on time. It is designed that way. All right. Now, XRP sell. Yeah, we're still in that zone. Not even gonna worry about it. All right. So, Euro NZD. Oh, it's 5 minutes. All right. Not worried about it. So we got the bounce. We had the arrow. It's go time. We're on the H1. All right. Entry here. Previous low. For me, previous low is right here. Right there. That's a low. Low, high. All this is a low point. As you guys know, the market moves like this. When you're uptrend, it's up, down, up, down, up, down. All right. When it's a downtrend, it's down, up, down, up, down, up. As you can see here, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. We're trending up, but it's constantly going up and down. And when you're trending down, it's constantly going what? Down, up, down. You see, that's a lower. That low is lower than this low. Therefore, it's in a downtrend. Then it does what? It reverses back up. So the market is constantly moving up and down and up. However, your trend is going to be based off of your highs and lows. So as you can see here, this high, where it peaked before it dropped a little bit, this high is lower than this high, is lower than this high, is lower than this high, is lower than this high. This is a higher high than this high. This is a higher high than this high, so forth and so on. This low is a lower low than this low, and this low, and this low. That's how it works. All right. So for me, this is the low. Where did it bottom out at? So if you're in a buy, you're looking for the previous low. So your stop loss, for me, I would have put my stop loss right here. That is the previous low where price bottomed at. Low, then it went up. Came back, low, went up. Low right here, went up. Came back down, bottomed out right here. That's a low, back up. Came down, bottom out here. That's a low, went up. That's how it works, guys. You know, hopefully that makes sense. If not, choose a different strategy. If you find that it's hard to grasp the concept, continue to watch the videos over again. Of course, get on the calls, ask the questions. But then also, you got to go on there. There's more material on the website that you guys can watch so that you guys can learn. All right. Even when I've got on this call multiple times and gone over every strategy available, but if you're not getting it, use what works. All right. What you do understand, and then continue to study the other strategies that you want to add to your repertoire. All right. But please undergo and use the materials that are there. There are videos in the back office by Mr. Days A. Duncan that go over market structure, lower lows, lower highs, higher lows, higher highs, so that you can understand what I mean by the previous low or the previous high when you're in a sell. All right. You got to invest in yourself, guys. There is no shortcut. AIRO has made the market a little easier for most to understand, but there is no shortcuts. You still have to put in the time. You still have to follow rules. You still have to be disciplined. All right. Let me go try to find a sell situation. That way I can show you guys what both look like. So let's go look at. All right, here's one. So we got a bounce and we got an arrow, right? This is one I probably wouldn't take because the previous low is right here. or previous highs right here. That's where it bottomed out. It topped out here, and then it dropped. All right, and it's just free falling. All right, so you're looking for 2, 3, 4 candles. The more candles you have that sitting around the same level, that's where price bottom out at. So it bottomed out here, and it dropped. So if I got an entry here, if my entry is right here, for this candle right here, I don't know if I want to take that. Why? Because my stop loss would be 103 pips. I don't like that. That's kind of big. So I probably wouldn't take that trade. Plus, let's see here. H1, I'm looking for 50 pips. So I only have 44 into the zone. So I probably won't take that trade. It went to 50, but no guarantees it's going to go through the zone like that. So for me, I'm not taking it because I'm less than 50 pips away from the zone, the opposite color zone, but then also my stop loss is too large. All right. That's how you find the low, the previous low and the previous high. And again, guys, it takes a little time to sometimes grasp to be able or to be to train your eyes to see things. That's just that's how it goes. I said imagine if you had to trade AIRO or you had to trade the markets, and it looked like this. Be difficult to see. Be difficult to understand for you when to get in because you don't have any structure. You don't know what's what. All right. So all AIRO did was make things a little easier to understand or to see what's going on with the trend, to see where your support and resistance is at. All right. It's there to help guide you. It's not the end all be all answer. You have to still follow the rules. And then as you become a better trader and you learn, you then find yourself, being more consistent, like the people you guys see posting consistent results in the group. All right. Someone said EU's profit. EU's in profits. Go take a look at it. EU is in profit. EU. There it is. EU should be up about 5, 6, 7 pips right now, depending on your entry. About 5 pips or so. Shout out to everybody that took that trade. All right. Let's go see anything else that's out there real quick, guys. So EJ, we're not in anything. EN, negative. EA, negative. G, negative. G Chef, nothing really. GN, no. GI, we are currently taking a quick little 10 pip sale in GI. GCAD, not doing much of nothing. GU, nothing really right now. And GJ, nothing really going on right now. So for everyone that wanted to know why we pushed back the call, we pushed back the call an extra hour so that we could start trading more of the London session. So, when we were the old time frame, we only got to trade the last hour of every session was London session. So now we'll have 2 hours of the 3 hours we'll be doing London, which hopefully will allow us to yield more pips or more opportunities to trade because we were missing out on some trades. We were taking all day to get into trades. It took us sometimes an hour and a half to 2 hours before we finally took a trade, which is fine. But I'd rather we just get on, get some pips, and be happy early on. But we should be able to see a lot more tangible results going forward Now that we've changed our time frame. All right. Now that we've changed our time frame. Let me stop and go ask some more questions. All right, somebody's asking about gold. Again, people ask me about a gold prediction. I don't predict the market, guys. I don't predict anything. I just trade what is in front of me. That's all I do. I don't look to predict anything. So right now, gold is in a downtrend, but there are 1, 2, 3 levels of support that is built over the last, day, say 24 hours or so. So potential of it moving back up. So right now, I wouldn't be looking to touch it. It's in a downtrend. So unless you get a good opportunity, I'm not looking to touch that gold right now. Plus gold, I wouldn't be looking ready to touch it until New York session. Someone asked me earlier about why is gold moving more during Asia session than it does during New York and London. Well, if you look at it here yesterday, from from London to New York, it dropped 273 pips. During Asia session today, it only moved up 83 pips. So it looks like it's still moving more during New York and London than it does Asia session. All right, guys. So keep that in mind. It's just, gold is typically a London session, a New York session pair, but gold is all over the place. Any type of news comes out that if the dollar is going the opposite direction, it's going one direction, gold is typically going the opposite direction. Keep that in mind. Gold is the hedge. So when the dollar is weakening, gold is running up. All right. Version 4, guys, is not out. As I stated, version 4 is not out yet. You should only have version 3. All right. Version 4 is not out. All right, guys. So I've had multiple questions about this. If I'm on a higher time frame, I don't look at a lower time frame. I don't care about it. I trade the chart that I have. All right. I trade the chart that I have. Let's go see why. I'm gonna go show you why. All right, let's go look at why. So we'll go back to that GOD trade. GOD H1. All right. Look at this trade here. All right. Bounce, AIRO, I get in here. I had 13 and a half pips of drawdown, and then it runs up 200 and almost 15, it runs up 215 pips, 217 actually. All right. I don't care about the lower time frames. When you're on a higher time frame, if anything, you want to look at the higher time frame. So if anything, you want to go up to the H4 to look at that. You don't go backwards. All right. The higher the time frame, the stronger the trend. All right, the stronger the trend. Please don't get confused about anything you guys are seeing. If you don't know exactly why someone does what they do, then don't try to incorporate it because they're winning until you truly understand why they are winning with whatever it is they're doing. The higher the time frame, the stronger the trend. All right. I don't go to a lower time frame and say, oh, I'm not entering the trade because I've got resistance. There's going to be always some level of support, some always level of resistance on any chart you look at. All right. Come on, Bitcoin, let's get this breakthrough. All right. So just because you see somebody winning, if you don't understand why they do what they do, then you need to understand it before you start to actually incorporate it yourself. All right. Got to have understanding, guys. Don't just incorporate something because somebody is winning with it. If you don't truly understand what's going on. All right. I'm on a higher time frame. I don't need to look at lower time frames because the higher time frames have the trend. Most people will tell you there's what's called a top-down analysis, which means you want to analyze the charts. What direction is the overall trend of the higher time frames so that you understand what time frames to trade. But AIRO will keep you on the right side. It's what everything's for. So don't get away from the basics, guys. Do not get away from the basics. Those who have a different trading style have already mastered the basics. All right, uptrend on H1, H4. We're in a, zoom out all the way, we're in a downtrend. But guess what? When you're in a downtrend, price has to do what? It has to eventually reverse. So as you can see here, day one chart, downtrend. H4 chart, downtrend. H1 is, guess what? H1's in the buy trend. The minute 30, uptrend. Minute 15, uptrend. Minute 5, it's a downtrend right now. All right. But as you can see here, they're starting to correlate. You're starting to, when you have all of them together in one trend, that's a powerful thing. That's why you trade what you see. All right. And if you don't truly know why someone is doing what they're doing, either ask them, all right, or don't worry about it. Everyone has a different way of using AIRO. Everyone has a different way. All right. Understand the basics, and then you'll start to see and find things out for yourself that may work. All right.
That BTC about to break. I feel it. Gonna be a nice little sell coming. Oh, that arrow came. I didn't even see it. Oh.
You can just waiting for it to break the zone and then the neckline there. Someone asked about GU. GU is in a downtrend, and we had a bag entry. Let's see here. 33 pips. So it needs to break. And technically, you could be in this trade right now. So, yep, could be in this trade because it broke Asia session. It broke Asia session very, very large. Asia session was only 22 pips, and it broke right through it. All right, so that's a good call. Let me see how close it is to the zone here. 30 pips. All right, we can get price to break below the blue line. I'll be looking to trade GU for a sale. GCAD too close to the zone. We're already in GI, GN, big drop already. Big drop already. Let's see how big that Asia session was. 82 pips. I'm not looking to sell that. And then G Chef, right at the zone, not looking to sell that. So G Odd is, we're in that, it's available. GCAD, we already identified too close to the zone. GU, we need to break the blue line there. GJ, Still an uptrend. Everything else is falling though, so we could. This is where that correlation comes into play right here. 20 pips there. It's only 20 pip Asia session wide. Only 18 pips in the next zone. So, I wouldn't be looking to take that. I mean, if anything, take it for 10 pips, but I wouldn't, all depends on how we get this next hour or so. Everything started to push down, so I feel confident. Let's go look at BTC. BTC trying to push. Needed to break below this neckline here first. And then as well as break below the zones. This zone, we need to see price break below the blue line and then the zone disappear. If we see that, that's the information. They're looking for potential sale. Ethereum's already coming down. So that's what we're waiting on there. All right. Share here. AUDJPY. You guys love looking at these non-London session pairs. I'll never understand why. AUDJPY. Yeah, valid trade. Even matter zones. Let's see if we got 50 pips or more in between the two middle zones. We do. The second bag entry, 28, 20, almost 29 pips in the next zone. So valid entry. Bounce. You got the first arrow here. It ran up. Second arrow here. I don't trade AUDJPY, and I know it's not a New York session pair, so I definitely would not be looking to take this trade right now. But that's just me. So come on, Bitcoin. Somebody keep an eye on Bitcoin, just in case while I'm asking these questions, I miss it. The bounce, it doesn't matter where the bounce is at, guys. All that matters is that the arrow is inside the money zone. Doesn't matter where the bounce happens.
BTC. That BTC look like it want to move.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I like that. I like the way it's moving too. Got a nice little sharp candle. That is a bearish engulfing. Well, if it finishes down here, that would be a bearish engulfing candle. All right, bearish engulfing right there. Come on, baby. See what happens. I need to see price below the blue line close. So I need to see the next candle open needs to be below the blue line, and the zone needs to disappear. And the zone needs to disappear. That is what I need to see. That is what I need to see. We got a minute. Got a minute on the clock. Got this information here. Slightly leaning. It's not straight across. All right, just slightly leaning. I don't like what this last candle doing. It's not really pushing down no more. We need to just push down.
The zone broke on my end for BTC.
Yeah, it's broken on my end too, and it's below the M. So we are selling Bitcoin US dollar. If you want to jump in, you can. If not, hey, you don't have to. We are selling Bitcoin US dollar. We typically go for about 500 pips, give or take. So let's see what we can get. I have not checked the news. Somebody please check the news. Let us know what we're looking like. I had to pop another one in there. All right, so let's do this. We're gonna set these. For me, guys, I'm looking to take the trade about 140 pips. We got a level of resistance right here. As you guys can see here, prices come up to this area right here and bounced off of it multiple times. You see? So this area is a level of resistance here. So I'm looking to take price right above where it peaked out at, where it flattened out at. All right. So that's where I'm looking to take my profit at. That would be my TP1. TP2, if I were going to hold, I would look for the full M to complete and for price to come back down to this level right here. All right. But I'm looking to take profit at this level right here, just due to the fact that as I just explained with the level of resistance. I'm sorry, level of support, now that we're above this price point. So level of support. All right. So let me set my take profit on my other trade. All right. One position in profit on Bitcoin. Waiting for the next one to get in profit. Reason we took this trade, guys, is due to the M formation here. So we're trading the M formation. We are counter trend trading, and again, so if you don't agree with the trade, do not take it. We are counter trend trading. As you start to become more experienced, you can understand why and when to start counter trend trading. Again, that's what we're on the call for. So for me, as you can see here, all the cryptocurrencies, have been in an uptrend for a while. You see Ethereum starting to reverse. Ripple's it died a couple of days ago. But for Bitcoin, we're purely trading what's called price action and candlestick formations. So you can see here we had M formation right there. That's what we're trading. It broke the neckline. So whenever you're trading an M or W, M is just an upside down W, but you want to trade the break of that neckline right there. All right. You want to wait for it to close below the break of the neckline. That should be your entry. All right. So right now up 600. So, we're up. Yeah. It's just moving 800 pips. And again, guys, it looks good, but really right now it says plus 807. That's really 80.7. 80.7. All right. So with cryptocurrencies, they add an extra decimal there for you. All right. So it's not really as much as you think it is. All right. So I'll tell you that so you understand how to count for yourself. Like right now, we're up over 100 pips. I'll tell you that so you don't get fooled by those gurus that those so-called gurus on Facebook. Same thing, the way these pip counters are designed, they add in some certain decimals. So same thing with people that are trading US 30, some people that are trading S&P 500, NAS 100, they calling out, hey, I caught 1,000 pips. It's not 1,000 pips. It's only 100 pips. All right. That way you guys understand. Like right now, plus 820, we're only up 82 pips. Plus 91, plus 94, plus 94 pips. We're up 103 pips. That's not 1,000. That's 103.2. It's still good, but just understand that way you don't get tricked on Facebook by those so-called gurus, and you understand what really is going on. So we're up, let's see here, GJ, GU, all right, GR, still, we're starting to come back down the right way, GN, G Chef, nope, EG, nope, ER, not looking at anything right now. Oh, come on, man. All right, nothing right there. That's why we added crypto to the repertoire, guys, so that we can still catch pips. Pip and dip, and pip and dip and pip. Calvin with the late night special. We're up 120 plus pips on big. Well, we're up for the entry. We're up about 70 pips. I've got 2 entries. That's why I'm up so much. You should be up somewhere around 70 pips right now on Bitcoin, on that Bitcoin sale. You should be up about 70 pips or so. I've got 2 entries in. So you see that's why I'm up 100 plus, 170 now. I believe my take profit is about 140 plus. So we should close out around the 280 mark. So I was up 228. You see, started to bounce off, guys. That's the level of support we're at. All right. Oh, looks in Gucci. So we're up over 100 pips, guys. Up over 100 pips right now. So if you want to close your trade out, again, 100 pips is, bro, that's nothing to sniff at, guys. That's nothing to sniff at. If you caught 100 pips for the night, you caught 100 pips. So you should be up 100 pips right now on the Bitcoin sale. I might just snag this quick little 200 pips because I don't like the way it's sitting on that. You guys know me. I like to get out. I ain't got time for it. Go on back down there so I can close that real quick. Go on, give it to me. There it is. I'm taking my 200 plus. I'm out. As you guys remember, I started this account with $305 last week. This is the second week. The only trade I lost was that trade that I jumped out early that you guys won on. Other than that, we have not lost a trade. So as we continue to trade, I'm gonna go ahead and put the goal is to take this account to 3,000 and try to do it within a month. That way you guys can have a MyFX book of a live account. You guys see this live that you guys can use to show your friends and anybody you want to share, AIRO with, to let them know what we really do out here. All right. And the reason why I go with a smaller account is because not everybody's going to be able to put a $3,000 account, $5,000, $10,000 account. So for me out here trying to show you guys and flex with a $10,000 account does me no good. But if I can show you guys how to use $300 account and grow it to 3,000, and then you can share that and tell your friends that, yeah, he really did it because I took the same trades and won with him. That is more beneficial for you guys to be able to use that to help. For those of you who are recruiting teams, you can use that. For those of you who just want to be able to show people that, AIRO is the real deal, you can do that. But it becomes more believable. I can show you a $30,000 account. Doesn't make any sense because to most people, that's not believable because they most time won't have that amount of money to put in. So shout out to Calvin with the crypto trade. Now all we need is Calvin's GI trade to hit, and it will come right back down. We coming right back down. So good night, guys. Good night so far. I'm looking to make some pivots tonight. We're up over 10% for the day, or almost 10%, almost up 10%, up 9.1% for the day so far. So can't beat that at all, guys. Can't beat that at all. We'll try to catch some more trades. While we wait for the GI to close out. The reason why I took that sale, or we took the sale on the Bitcoin, for those of you just not getting on, we took it because of the information. All right, clear as mud. All right. The actual cryptocurrencies were oversold. I closed out early because of, I was up 200 pips. So I was up over 100 pips on both positions. And as I told you guys, the take profit was right in this area right here. I closed that early because price didn't close all the way. Now you can see the wick went through it. All right, let me close this here. What do we got here? Oh, Ripple. I'm not looking at that. The wick went all the way down, but it didn't close through it because of what? The red line is the ask, the white line is the bid. If you're in a sale, both the red and white line have to go below your take profit, and vice versa for a buy. All right. Now, someone asked me as well about how to set a stop loss. All right. I'm in this trade now for the sale here. All right. If I want to set a stop loss, if I'm on the sale, I click on the line and I drag it down. I put my mouse over the green line. That's your entry line. Click, hold, drag down. Let go. That should take profit because we're looking for it to sell. Stop loss, click, hold, drag up. All right. When I drag up, you can see over here, it tells you your order number. It says SL for stop loss. So that way you know you're going the right direction. It tells you how much you would lose if it got there, and it tells you how many pips. I'm going to set a negative 400. Boom. So that's negative 40.0. All right. So I'm going to set my step loss there. And I got my take profit at 20 pips. That's how you set the stop loss. All right.
Nate, look at Ethereum. If it breaks below that zone too as well, I feel like that's gonna be a good sell too because it moves the same way as Bitcoin.
Yep. And if you're in Bitcoin, I told you guys, if it breaks, I took the quick 200 pips in and out. If it breaks past that, your TP2, for those who are still holding, should be down here at this next zone. All right. That should be a final TP. That'll finish and complete the full M. All right. The full M. For those who are still in, you should be up clearly about 280 plus, 250 plus pips. All right. So if you're still holding Bitcoin, shout out. So for everybody that caught that Bitcoin trade, drop it in the group. I'm talking about to the screenshot in the group and drop it in the group. Wake these guys up, let them know they missed out on that Bitcoin trade. So put it in the group, not in the chat in here. Go on inside, inside the group and put it inside the group. Wake them up, let them know they missed that trade. That's on them. I don't even want to see it in the group no more. I want you guys, I don't want to see it on this chat no more. I want you guys to blow the chat up, blow the AIRO bag chat group up. And every time we make money in the group, put it in there to wake these guys up. Because these calls, what are we at right now? We got 313 people on the call. So shout out to you guys getting on the call. Go wake them up, get them on the call. This call needs to be at 500 people plus every night. All right. Let's go look at Ethereum real quick. Ethereum. All right. Ethereum. Based on the Bitcoin pressure moving down, we get a break of this year, we could get a nice little sell as well. So we're looking for price to break this line as well as close below the zone. So price needs to break this line here and the zone needs to disappear for us to potentially look at getting into a trade. Sale with Ethereum. For those that don't know, all of cryptocurrency market, all the altcoins, which is, Bitcoin is Bitcoin, altcoin is anything but Bitcoin. All right, just to let you guys know what that means. Now, Bitcoin is the standard. Where Bitcoin goes, typically, and I say typically, the rest of the market goes that same direction. So if Bitcoin starts to sell off, the whole market sells off. If Bitcoin runs up, the whole market runs up. All right. So it is the master correlating pair. You see, it's got the pressure down on Bitcoin. We just saw the big drop there. Now look what Ethereum is doing. Now it's kind of lagging behind it. Now it's like, okay, you had a big drop. Now we're starting to have a big drop. All right. So somebody keep an eye on that one. Somebody keep an eye on that one. GI, if you're still in GI, we're down about 10 pips right now. Down about 10 pips. All right. We didn't get in the GU, guys, so we missed that one. So, all right. Strategy number 9 will come out Thursday, like always. Thursday is the day that we put out strategies. call. So strategy 9 Thursday, guys. Look out for it on Thursday. All right, I got a lot of questions.
Still on Ethereum. I need to sell.
Oh, snaps. We missed that bad boy. Yeah.
Y'all need to sell. That was there. Y'all need to that thing dropping.
I missed that one. I'm not chasing that one.
Panty dropping.
I am not. Good call right there, my brother. It broke so fast it didn't even break the zone. Missed that one. Dang. That's 71 pips right there and falling. Look at it move. If you get 100 pips, guys, hey, snagging 100 pips.
If you caught that Ethereum trade, drop it in the chat right now. You caught that.
If you caught Ethereum too, hey, put it into the AIRO bag chat. Wake these cats up. They missing out. They keep missing out. That's just gonna be on them. But hey, let them know what they're missing out on.
And it's still dropping.
Yeah, Lee. Look at that bad boy drop. If you got an Ethereum, drop it in the chat. Hey, it's 300 y'all on the call, man. There should be a lot more messages in that group chat, man. 145 pips and running on Ethereum. I missed it. I was too slow to switch back over. So
if you pop profit Ethereum and BTC, tag me and Nathan on Instagram. Tag me on Instagram. Calvin Fraser _ and Nate got the bag. If you caught that BTC and Ethereum, tag us on Instagram.
And if you're looking at a point if you're still holding BTC, this zone here is the level where you want to get out, potential TP level. That's where you should be. That's where the M is complete at. All right, so you should be looking to get out at this level if you're still holding BTC. Which means if you're still holding BTC, you should be up somewhere around 420 pips right now. So this is the power of crypto, guys. The power of crypto. I don't try to hold trades long. You guys know me. I don't have no patience. 100 pips, 200 pips, we can get it real quick. We in and out. I'm not looking to hold trades forever. Ethereum, easy 100 pips right there. So if you caught it, drop it in the chat. Wake those guys up. Let them know what they missed. Tag us on Instagram. A couple people have been asking about brokers. So real quick on the brokers, I'll get a spiel like I've always been given. We can't giving out what brokers to use is considered giving financial advice. We can't give financial advice, as I talked about earlier today with the disclaimer. All right. Speaking of that, let's go ahead. It's top of the hour. Let's go ahead and show that disclaimer. So here's a disclaimer here. Calvin and I are not financial advisors. We're just here to help you guys understand and how to use the tool that is AIRO more effectively, and answer any questions you guys have with it, and to help you guys potentially make some profit. But we are not financial advisors, and Auvoria Prime is not a financial advising company. All right. Now, with that said, we cannot give out publicly the names of the brokers we use. I have a US broker and a international broker that I recommend. Contact me at Nate Got the Bag on Telegram or on Instagram. I'll let you know who it is, and you can check them out for yourself. Again, you can use whoever you want. AIRO works with whatever broker you want to utilize. However, the reason why I use the brokers that I'm going to recommend to you if you contact me are for a few reasons. Number one, low spreads. So again, the spread is the difference between the red and white lines. Most cryptocurrencies spreads are like 4 times larger than this. So imagine if the red line was way up here and the white line is right there. All right. That takes that much longer for you to get to do what? To get into profit. So as I explained to you guys, if your take profit line is here, both the red line and the white line have to go below it before it closes your trade out. But if your spread is very large, it takes a while for that to happen. All right. So low spreads allows you to get into profit faster. That's number one. Number two, zero fees on deposits. So when I deposit cryptocurrency into the broker that I use, they don't charge me any additional fees. I get charged a little minor fee because every time you move Bitcoin, there's a fee, which is called the minor fee. That's how Bitcoin is moved around the network, the actual blockchain network. Outside of that, most brokers will charge you a standard 10, 15, 20% fee on top of that because that's how they make money. This company does not do that. All right. They do not charge you additional fees. So that allows me to have more money to trade with. All right. Next is a large offering. So what do I mean by large offering? So a large offering of asset classes. So if you go to view, if you guys want to add more pairs, like if you come in here to this chart here, right underneath file, it's a white box with a green plus sign that says create new chart. If you click that here and you don't have much here, or you don't have here what you want to see here, you can add more asset classes to trade. So what you do is you go to view, you go to symbols, and then you can find everything you need, everything your broker allows here. All right. Forex, cryptos, more Forex, metals, energies, indexes, US shares, EU shares, all this is stocks, and so forth and so on. The more they offer, the more opportunity you have to do what? To make potential money. We trade everything here. We've taken trades on gold on this call. We've taken trades on cryptocurrency. We've taken trades on Forex pairs. On the New York session, they've taken trades on Forex pairs. They've taken trades on gold and indexes or indices. All right, which is just the overall stock market. All right, so the whole goal is to give you guys a wide variety of asset classes to trade and show you why we're trading what we trade, how we trade what we trade, and to potentially help you make some money so you are actually earning while you learn. All right. I don't know where else you can actually have a product where it actually makes you money. It's the reason why I love this industry is because partnering, when you get to learn how to trade, the product pays for itself as long as you follow the rules. So those are the main three reasons that I like the brokers that I use. The fourth and final reason is because the brokers that I recommend are A-book brokers. All right, they're not B-book. So most brokers are B-book brokers. Most what do you call them? Most popular Forex brokers. They're B-book. Now, what does B-book means? B-book means they are trading against you. So they have people that they hired to trade against you because when you lose, that money goes to their bank account. When you win, that money comes out of their bank account. So they want you to lose more than you win. So they will do things like manipulate your account. Now, what does that look like? That means that when your TP is about to get hit, you see the spread get larger. Like I explained, the spread is, you need both lines to get underneath your take profit to close it out. But guess what? If your spread gets wider and you take profit, and then eventually it turns around and goes the opposite way, they just screwed you out of closing your trade out in profit. All right. That's number one. Number two, from a manipulation standpoint, they may spike the market. So for example, you may see on one chart, like right here, you may see this large spike here, but then on another chart, this spike might be 3 times larger. That means that the broker is manipulating the chart. So if you go see that some charts have a small spike, and then some chart that you're on, you're like, man, I got stopped out. And I had a sale here, I got stopped out, and I have my my stop loss up here above the zone. Well, you didn't get started out on this chart because this broker that I'm using is a non-manipulating broker. They're an A-book broker. All right. So that's another way that they get you is, they use the price movement and they will spike it up an extra 25, 30, 50, 100% to do what? To get you out of the market. Because guess what? If you lose money, it goes in their bank account. All right. Whereas with the A-book broker, your trades, they don't care about your trades. They pass along your trades to liquidity providers. And the liquidity providers are what? They are the actual banks, because the banks actually make the actual Forex market, you know? All right. And so price is getting real close, guys, to take profit number 2. You should be up somewhere around 500 pips. For those of you guys that held, 508 pips in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 25 minutes. I mean, I don't know, man. Hey, Calvin just caught some heat. Calvin just caught a 500 pip trade. Now we closed out at 100 pips, which is nothing to sniff at. If you held longer, congratulations to you. All right. So an A-book broker passes your trades on straight to the liquidity provider, because the banks, they're not gonna sabotage their own markets, because they trade their markets. So those markets move based on price, based on fluidity. All right, not the broker trading against you, not the broker opening the spreads, not the broker spiking their price. The banks just trade. The market moves like it should move. It moves smooth, the way it's supposed to. There's no spikes, nothing there to scare you. All right, because all they're doing as B-book brokers is trying to scare you into into doing what? Taking a quick L. All right. And also, so what the liquidity providers will do is they will entice you to trade more often, because they only make money when you trade off the commission. So they charge you commission, and they only make money when you trade. That is it. They don't care how many times you trade. They don't care how often you win. They only make money when you trade, because they charge that little commission. And that is it. That is it. All right. That's how that works, guys. So I use a book broker for that reason. I don't want any manipulation. I want to have and play in the same playing field as what? As the banks. And then I let my trading go for it. Yeah, FTMO has BTC spread at 8,000. So 800 pips. All right. So FTMO is the platform. Their broker. Their broker has a spread of 800 pips for cryptocurrency. 800 pips. I can tell you right now, my spread is $34 pips. That's it. So why would you have, and actually I take it back. He said 800, 8,000, so that's 80 pips. That's not too bad. Not too bad. My spread is half that though. My spread is getting smaller, but it's about 40 pips or less. Theirs is about 80 pips. I apologize. 8,000. So with Bitcoin, yeah, it should be 80 pips. So not bad. Not bad, not great. But mine's lower. So you want to, the lower the spread, the better, because the faster you get in profit. All right. Faster you get in profit. And the more consistent your trades will take profit. All right. So we are still looking at, yeah, we're still holding GA. All right. Still hitting GA. Let me go check the chat. See if anybody blew up the chat. Who blew up the chat? Man, all this money making on this call, ain't like 6 people posted. Boy, I tell you. What y'all already doing, man? Y'all sleeping on me? Calvin, I think we can stop calling trades, man.
Man, we might have to.
Let me check Instagram, see how many people tag me. All right, cool. We got a few mentions. All right, okay. And the reason we do this, guys, and ask you guys to tag us on Instagram or post in the group is just for that, just to let people know what we out here doing. Let people know the product works. Bring attention to the market. Let them know there's a new player in the market. All right. That's it. It's just awareness, guys. Just awareness. That's all it is awareness. Somebody said something about GU beasting. So if you're in that buy on GU, it's against the trend. We're in a sell. We're in a sell trend on GU. Sell trend on GU. All right, I'll take another down. Yeah, and GI. It's going against us a little bit there. Guy, what you think, man?
I feel like for some people, if they feel like they want to opt out, they could opt out of the trade, but I'm gonna hold it myself. And of course, it's not financial advice. This is just me. I just understand how it's gonna reverse for me, just trading it. And of course, again, we caught pips on BTC, caught pips on Ethereum. So some people want to cut their losses. You definitely can. If you didn't over leverage, you shouldn't have been losing a lot of money in this trade at all. So myself is gonna hold this trade.
Yep. I can tell you, I could lose this trade and still be profitable today because of the double trade that I made with Bitcoin. So I made money with Bitcoin, and I didn't over leverage, so that even if I lose the GI trade, I'm either going to break even or be profitable, depending on how it works out. Look at what I'm looking at right now. Well, she would still be profitable. Yep, should still be profitable. But we gonna hold. All right, we're gonna hold GI, and we've caught, so nice trades with Bitcoin and Ethereum. GJ, boom, hit a zone there. GU hitting the zone there. GCAT hitting the zone there. GI no zone. GN no zone. G Chef it's in the zone. So everything's at resistance. So we should see a nice reversal for the G pairs, which makes me feel more confident about this GI coming down. All right. Make me feel more confident about the GI trade here. You can see where we are from a trend line standpoint. All right. Let me stop showing. Let me answer some more of these questions here. So somebody asked me, why are the sessions Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays? Since I say I don't trade Fridays. I don't trade New York session on Friday. So I would trade London session, which I consider London session on Friday. Really, I consider it Thursday night, but it's technically Friday. So that's when I trade. I call it Thursday, but it's technically Friday. So people asking about SPX 500 now. I don't trade SPX 500 this time of day because it's a New York session pair. All right. Not looking to touch it. I don't think nothing of it. It's not a good setup. It's in a buy trend. As you can see here, look, bounce, arrow, go. That was a 350 pip run up during New York session. Oh, look at this. Bounce, arrow, 350 pip run up. Bounce, arrow, go. Oh, New York session. SPX 500 is a New York session pair. If you trade during the sessions that these pairs move, you will have the highest probability chance to win. All right. Highest probability chance. That's the goal, to have the highest probability chance of winning. Now, cryptocurrency, they move all the time, guys. There is no real set time. I can tell you some good days to trade. Friday, when the Forex market closes, and Saturdays are very good days to trade cryptocurrency. Those are very good days to trade. But as far as exact times, I mean, you know, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Those cryptocurrency moves. I'm studying it now to try to give a pinpoint the time, but actually, let's go look at it. Let's go look at it, see here. Well, what do we see on Bitcoin? Looks like it does move pretty good during London. It's like London session is a good time for him, and we typically catch some good trades there. New York right there. All right. I don't know. All I know is we keep catching pips on it. Bitcoin and Ethereum, we haven't lost a trade yet. On wood, we've done pretty well. Simple trades, get in, get out. 100 pips, 200 pips, you make good money. I used the 0.2. All right, I used 2.2s. I made over 20 bucks per trade. I made almost 10% on the account today as I grow this small account for you guys that you guys can use as marketing. And that's good. I used the 0.2, caught 100 pips. That was over, that's, 20 bucks. All right. The reason why it wasn't more, a 0.2 in Forex is $2. So you would think I'd make 200 bucks. But with cryptocurrency, your pips and your, how to explain it, your pips multiplied by your lot size are different. So your lot size on, is a 20-cent lot size, 0.20, right? 0.20. So with cryptocurrency, they treat your lot size like real money. So instead of a 20-cent lot size being $2 per pip, like it would be with Forex, it's actually 20 cents per pip because it's a 20-cent lot trade. So 20 cents times 100 pips, that's 20 bucks. All right? 20 bucks. All right, let's go back to GI. GI starting to come back down in the right direction. Steps here. Let me go answer some more here. Someone asked about the Age session channel ends where the candle closes 15 minutes before the money zone. That's correct. So the candle before money zone starts is the end of Age session. All right. So someone asked about AIRO working on other pairs. AIRO works on all financial pairs, all asset classes as of right now. All right, all asset classes. Cool thing about AIRO, we're gonna be looking to bring out a AIRO option for binary pretty soon. Binary options as well as hold on, Calvin. Is that what I think it is, Calvin? I don't know. It's an uptrend. Ooh-wee. So we're gonna be looking to bring out, if you guys had opportunity to jump on the live event call, I talked about binary options coming out soon. I also talked about stock options coming out. So for those of you who missed trading GameStop with your friends and all that, there is an opportunity for it to come out. Again, there's gonna be a strategy comes out where you can actually use AIRO to trade the options market in the stock market. All right, this will allow you to do what? It'll be able to allow you to just trade options. So you can stay away from having to worry about GameStop and all that hype that just it lost everybody a lot of money because they froze the money or froze those trades, not letting them buy no more and only sell only, which drove the market down. As you can see here, they can manipulate things. But you can actually find other stocks that aren't being pumped up by the pumpers. Therefore, you're not going to have to worry about your stock being shut down, and you can still make the same good money. All right, it's out there. So look for those to come out, guys. Look for those to come out. Look, Bitcoin has now hit take profit number 2. You should be out of the game. Bitcoin has hit TP number 2 for a total of 558 pips, and it's still falling. Ethereum is falling back down. It already hit the zone, so you should have already been able to catch your pips. A total of 240. That's 558 and 240. So you should be cut good money. So blow up the AIRO bag chat, show your screenshots, let everybody know, hey, we got some money on these trades, so they can show what they're missing out. Trust me, they see it, guys, because I get the guys from the New York session calling me talking about, man, what are y'all doing tonight catching all these cryptocurrency trades and how everybody's catching 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 pips, 1,000 pips. All right. People want to know what's going on. Hey, blow it up. Let them know. Let them know what we're doing. That way we get this call up to 500. We already have the record for the largest call. We want to keep growing it up. Not just because, we want the biggest numbers, but because, hey, the more people on the call, the more people that's going to be affected. The more pitch they're going to catch. All right, get them on the call. If they can't wake up, hey, man, they missing out. I think I missed some calls. Yeah, we took the Bitcoin if it broke. All right, let me go to some of these current. All right, so somebody asked me about how does lot size work with Bitcoin, and don't you get killed if it goes the wrong way? So we talked about that, how it works. I talked about how it works, but I don't get killed because for me, if it goes the wrong way, I'm not over leveraging. All right, I will cut my losses. All right. So that's the name of the game. Do not over leverage. If you over leverage, if you freak out because when price goes the wrong way, like right now, we're negative 17 pips. If I go look at my chart right now, I see, matter of fact, I'll show you guys, in full transparency. I am down $25, $24.77. That's it. I made over $40 on the what's the name trade. So if I closed out right now, I'd still be in profit. So you do not want to over leverage. All right. Again, I'm gonna be transparent with you guys. You guys are gonna get the MyFX book for this account. All right. I'm gonna hook it up, send it to you guys, that you guys can use that, see that. and know that, hey, every trade we took on London session, and there's some trades in there I've taken that you guys went around. Matter of fact, I took a trade on Bitcoin this past Saturday. I took a sale while we were in Nashville for the live session. I told the whole group. Calvin heard me, but I think he was too busy talking. I don't know. Calvin, did you get in that trade I called out in the green room? Somebody has a great question here. If I can grow a $300 account to 3,000, how do I grow a 3,000 account to 30,000? The exact same way. Use a larger lot size based on your new account size, but you don't over leverage. But the exact same way. All right. Somebody said BTC broke the zone again. Let's take a look at it. There it is. Yeah, broke the zone. I'm getting back in BTC, guys, for the sale. I'm back in BTC. I'm gonna go heavy on the bad boy. I'm back in BTC. I was back in BTC. I got to take profit about 200 pips. All right. This is where we're in trade where it's going against you. As long as you don't over leverage, you are in good shape. Now, why is the trade going against us a little bit right now? Overall trend is down, but you can see here, the entry is right here at a level of resistance. So it just bounced where it bounced off last time at. All right. So the strength is down right now. Ethereum, trying to come a little bit right now. So we'll stick with it for a second. Let me answer some more questions. We'll watch this trade. You guys watch the trade here. Somebody asked me if I'm only taking trades live on this account. Yes, all the trades are on the live account. It's a live account. Some of the trades I did take by myself because if we're only taking 2 or 3 trades here and there on the calls, it's not going to be enough volume for me to do what? For me to grow the account. So I do got to take some trades by myself just to get the additional volume needed to get that account to $3,000 if we're going to meet the goal on in a month. All right, so keep that in mind as well. I got to take some additional trades for that. Somebody said they've been personally been victimized by the B-Book broker. I know I have too. It's not a pretty feeling. All right. On Facebook, you can just find me on Facebook. If you want to just send me a message on Facebook, that's how you get a hold of me. You just send me a message. I try to respond to all messages in Instagram and Facebook daily. So if you want to reach me, Facebook is just my name, Nathan Williams. Someone asked me is asking, is it wise to catch the retrace on crypto once it bounces off support? If that's your strategy, then yes. If that's your strategy and you got it down packed and you're winning with it very often, then sure. All right. My name on Instagram.
What you gonna say? My bad.
Oh, somebody asked my name on Instagram. It's just at Nate Got the Bag. All right. Somebody's asking that. What you got, man?
But I was gonna say, just keep in mind, the pair that you're using. You just gotta know. You can't predict the markets, like Nathan always say. You gotta know what it's gonna do. So you gotta understand that pair before you even start making moves like that. So just because it looked good, trust me, with cryptocurrency, I done blew so many accounts because I thought that I could go back and catch the reversal. It doesn't work that way. You get reversed again. Like, trust me. So definitely understand, how the pair is moving. Definitely make sure that you take in the proper trades, follow the exact strategy with cryptocurrency. That's my advice to you if you're new. If you experience, like Nathan says, then if whatever works for you, works for you. But for new people, do not try new things. Trust me, you do not want to wake up. You don't have to wake up. In the blink of an eye, you will blow your account.
Yep. So if you do not like where you are at with the BTC trade, close it out. Matter of fact, to give you guys an update of where we at on that BTC trade here, while I was holding it, look at it coming right back down. Coming right back down. A little retrace, it's coming right back down. Coming right back down. All right. For me, I can see BTC going down to a strong level of support. So this area right here is very strong. So I can see price coming back down all the way back down in this area around the 34,800 level, 34,800 to 34,700 level, in that range. All right. So we'll sit there and hold it for a minute. We'll see what happens. Came back down. So I bounced back up. Just ranging right now. So we'll sit and wait on it. Someone asked me about EURUSD. Let me look at it real quick to tell you how that one looks. Last time I heard, you guys were in profit, so that was good. EURUSD, I already closed it, so. Let me show you guys the chart. So EURUSD, just a little retrace. Again, people were in profit about 5-7 pips. Got down to about 9 pips this time around in profit. Now it's just a little retrace. Should be about 1 to 1.5 pips in negative right now. But that's part of the game. Up and down, up and down. Again, you're going to get better movement out of this pair during New York session. So it's a New York session pair. Even though EUR is euro, it can move during London, as you can see here, London. But it is a Forex majors pair, and majority of the majors are traded during New York session. All right. Come on, Bitcoin, don't play with us. Close below this 200. Bitcoin going the wrong way. I may be looking to close out Bitcoin here pretty soon. Someone asked, has my trading style been influenced by OPEC meetings today? Red flag news. So I typically stay away from trading trading around news. So as we looked at, matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up. Let's go ahead and look at the news to see what's going on the rest of the day. Usually we do this at the very beginning of the call, but whenever you have major calls, so OPEC, I forgot what it stands for, but they handle all the decisions around oil. So they make any decision on oil. So typically Wednesday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, you will typically have OPEC news. And guys, Gavin, what do you think about that BTC trade? I'm thinking about to get out.
I don't want to get out too early on that.
You want to get out just yet?
No, not yet.
All right, so right there, level resistance. All right, we're gonna stick with it. Gavin, yeah, he's a guru. He said stick with it. So right now, I can tell you guys, I'm looking at it on my phone. These two candles are sitting right on top of the 200 moving average. So the 200 moving average. Hold on, I don't think I'm sharing my screen. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Here we go. All right, guys. So these two candles right here are sitting right on top of the 200 moving average. All right. But you can also see, if you look left, look, level of support, strong support there. And then you can see here what? Level. So this is a strong level. That's why we're getting a nice rejection, bigger than we've usually gotten. And so this level is 200. If we can get price to close underneath the 200, we'll get a nice break to the downside, because the 200 is a natural, it's a moving average, but it's a bank moving average. It's a moving average utilized by the banks, and it can how do I explain it? It's used by the banks often and the hedge funds, and therefore, because they use it as a level of support and resistance, they use it as an indicator of when to buy and when to sell. And because that is the case, guess what? Then if the big money respects a certain price point or a certain trend line or a certain moving average, in this case, with the 200 moving average, then the overall market will, because that's the money. The money respects certain moving averages. And so we're looking for it to close underneath this level. We get a close underneath this blue line, it's falling, it's going to fall hard. All right, that's a 200 moving average. That is a very significant moving average. All right, so I'm waiting for it. If it closes underneath this line here, I probably will move my stop loss down. My take profit down, just because of how significant the 200 moving average is. If you don't believe me, and I'll show you how to add it. So look, to add it, you can go to, just so you guys can understand how strong it is. We're going to go to Navigator, to the gold folder with the gold star. All right. You're going to go over to trend, hit the plus sign next to trend, next to moving, and double click moving average. Double click moving average, period 200. Already got mine set. MA method, exponential, apply to close. Doesn't matter what you got, style, hit OK. All right, hit OK, and you can see here, price bounced off. It went below it, came back above it, closed above it, and it bounced off of that 200 moving average. Now you can see prices just kind of bouncing around right here. It's at a level of resistance right here. This is a minor level of resistance in this area right here. We're looking for it to break back down, close below the 200 moving average, and head down to our take profit level. All right, 200 right now is just respecting the 200. That's why it bounced off that. That 200 is very strong, very strong. Don't believe me? You can go and see it. You see here, as long as price is above the 200, price is moving up. Came down, hit that 200, boom, went back up. All right, price below the 200, typically it's selling. All right, price above it, typically it's buying. Of course, it has to it has to reverse, but that's typically what's going on. So just gonna give you guys an idea. The bank moving averages, the ones they use a lot of, there is the 5 exponential moving average. There is the 8. There is the 50. There is the 200, the 400, the 800. Those are the 5 that I know are significant. I'd say bank moving averages. Those are moving averages, that are utilized by banks, hedge funds, so the accounts that have large accounts very often. So repeat it again. The 5, the 8, the 50, the 200, the 400, the 800. Now, why don't I throw a lot of these on the chart? Having too many moving averages on the chart can clutter the chart up, so you don't really see what you need to be seeing. All right. So just make sure you try to keep charts as clean. Now, some people can see through all that mess, but just ensure that you trade the way you want to trade. Someone may trade with 1,000 indicators on the chart and be able to win, and then you may only be able to just use AIRO only and be able to win. So figure out what your comfort level is. There are people that add stuff to the charts. That's fine. That gives them the trade. That's what gives them comfort level. So it all depends on your comfort level. All depends on your comfort level. All right. The more comfortable you are at trading with a certain style, the more successful you'll be over time. For me, I like to use AIRO, and then I'll potentially throw in, moving averages. I mean, not moving averages, but trend lines. And that's really about it. I like to see price action, but that's pretty much what I do. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen, try to answer some more questions here. So someone wants me to explain short and long. All right, short and long. All right, so what that means is if you're going short, you're selling. If you're going long, you're buying. That's it. Real simple. Short means to sell. Long means to buy. Yes, I will add to the PDF. Someone asked me, am I going to add the best pairs to trade during each session? So I talked about those in strategy video number 3. So if you go to strategy video number 3, I'll talk about the best pairs to trade during which sessions. All right. But I will add it to the PDF. So I'll add that to the PDF as well. The PDF is going to have all 10 strategies when they're out written down. That way you guys have something to keep with you as well, with all the rules on it. All right. A lot of people keep asking about fib, so we'll get to fib here in a second. Fib is it's a lot that goes on with fib. All right. A lot that goes on with fib. So someone asked me, I'm assuming, why would I do it this way with cryptos? Because why would I just do 20 pips for take profit? And the reason why I don't do 20 pips with crypto is because crypto is more volatile. It's the same with it's the same with S&P 500. The same with NAS, US 30, same with gold. When we shop for gold, we shop for 50 pips. They're more volatile. So a 20 pip move on a forex pair, can be 50 pip move on indices, and could be a 100 pip move on crypto. So as you guys see, we've consistently catched 100, 200 plus pips, with cryptocurrency. So because of the volatility, we can catch more pips. Going for 20 pips, I mean, as you guys see, the spread is sometimes more than 20 pips. All right, so that's the reason why I have a target higher on cryptocurrency and indices and gold than I do with forex pairs, just due to the volatility. All right, somebody asked me about a stop loss for cryptocurrency. So I can tell you, usually with more volatile pairs, and this is why I tell you guys to use very low lot sizes. I typically do not have a set take profit or stop loss. Now, why is that? The reason being is because of their volatility. Cryptocurrency does not move like forex pairs. Forex pairs, it's a little more easier to predict. There's a lot more there's a lot more money in the market. Believe it or not, there's not a lot of money in cryptocurrency compared to like a forex or even the stock market. And so the reason what makes a pair volatile is a couple factors. Number one, it's popularity. So as we guys know, cryptocurrency is popular, so people are constantly trading it. But then also its lack of I would say stability. And what makes a asset stable is the amount of money in it. So for example, EURUSD is the most traded pair in Forex. Everyone loves to trade EURUSD. Why? Because it's stable. It moves slower than most pairs, so it doesn't scare most beginners. So when people always ask, what pair should I trade as a beginner? People always recommend EURUSD. It doesn't move, very volatile. That's because it's very stable. Because last time I checked, over 36% of all money in Forex goes through EURUSD. It's a lot of money. Therefore, it helps to stabilize that currency pair. But then you go trade like a USD MXN, which is the United States dollar Mexican peso. There's not a lot of money in that. So when someone puts big money into it, it moves and very volatile, because overall there's not a consistent amount of money flowing through it. But so that's what's going on with crypto. When you see people pump crypto, that's why everyone that saw Ripple run up, because everyone jumped in and said, hey, we're going to buy Ripple, and it ran all the way up. All right. And so the reason it ran up before the time everybody wanted to pump it is because everybody was trying to get in before the pump. Everybody wanted to get in before the pump, so that when the pump happened, they can do what? They can get in and they can get out. That is why Ripple pumped before it was supposed to pump. I believe the pump was supposed to happen, Monday, 2 days ago at like 8:30 Eastern, but it pumped like Saturday night into Sunday morning. That's because everybody was trying to get in early. So all that money came into an asset class that was not stable. And again, what stabilizes an asset class? Money. So there was no money to stabilize it. And guess what? When money does come in, it's going to do what? It's going to move the market. And the more money that comes in, it's going to move the market in a bigger way. All right? In a bigger way. All right, guys, we got 1 hour until we are done with this call. So let's take a quick little 15-minute break so you guys can use the restroom, grab something to eat, grab something to drink. We are still in GBP AUD and we are still in Bitcoin, both sales. So we'll come back 15 minutes, stop at an hour. We'll come back here. Everybody, quick bathroom break, grab something to drink. I got to fill back up the solo cup because, hey, I'm empty. Some more Simply Lemonade for me. And so I'm going to turn on the tunes and we'll be right back. We're going to go over some of these wedge patterns that's been asked about. We'll go over some of the, we'll definitely go over Fibonacci, and then we'll close it out in 1 hour. All right, guys. See you in an hour. All right, guys. Hey, I had to jump back on quick, because if you were in BTC, you hit TP. If you were in the second BTC trade, you just hit TP. Easy 120 plus pips. All right. So if you hit BTC trade again and you held, you didn't over leverage and you held that trade, throw it in the chat. That's now 2 BTC trades that we have caught today back to back. We're still holding GA. We're going to hold that one. All right. Still in that trade. So if you hit that, blow it up in the chat, not the chat on here, put it in the group chat so these guys can see it and they know that what? They're missing out on making this money. London session is where it's at. Not New York session, not Asia session, London. It's where we had the most fun. All right? That's 2 trades now, BTC. 2 trades. So if you held that trade, it's still falling. You're in TP. And you remember we got in up here on this break right here. That is that's 224 pips. Let me go to TN pips on card. To 224 pip trade right now. 224 pips. I believe I was going for 120. All right. Trade's over with, guys. That's 2 trades in a row. So if you're able to hold and you didn't over leverage, drop that in the group. I saw EU hit TP, so shout out to everybody who had opportunity to catch EU. All right, a lot of trades. Yeah, Bitcoin's still going. A lot of trades on Bitcoin. Shout out. That's how it works. That is how it works. So hopefully you learned something tonight about the 200 moving average, being a bank moving average. All right, 200 moving average being a bank moving average. I really like that. Pretty cool thing here. I didn't do it on purpose, but then again, maybe I did. But look how when the market finally changes direction, you see it was a downtrend here and it finally changed directions. Look what happened. As the green zones popped up and prices moving up, prices are always above the 200. It's a beautiful thing. Now it's below the 200. Potentially you can start to see price do what? Start heading back down in a sell trend. That 200 is a powerful, powerful moving average. All right. We'll look at GA. GA started making me mad. Come on, GA. We got all day. It's rejecting that 30. It's rejecting this moving average here. The AIRO moving average it's rejected it once, rejected it again. All right. So now we're looking for that drop. All right. Now we're looking for that drop. All right, guys. Just to show you guys the account. Count is now up to 553. 553. So we started this account last week, same time. Last week, same time. And now in almost a week, it's almost double. Started at 305, we're now at 553. We're up 248 bucks on that account. That is over 80% in less than a week. All right, over 80%. All right, so I'll be getting this out to you guys, this link. I'm gonna go ahead and make that link for you guys. I'll get you guys that link out this week. That way you guys can continue to follow along on the MyFX book. So going well. We got to pick the pace up though. So once I told myself once I got to $500, I will up the lot size. So now we're at 553. Every trade going forward, we'll up the lot size, even on crypto. Now we have leverage to do so. All right. So it's just all about compounding. All right. Compounding, as Warren Buffett said, is the 8th wonder of the world. All right. Let's see here. So I wanted to go over a couple of things. Fibonacci was one. People have been asking about that. Let me find a Fibonacci setup. GOD is starting to head back the right way. Thank the Lord. I don't like losing. It was a good setup. Calvin caught a good trade, so we good. We Gucci there. All right. Just gotta have patience sometimes. Everything will not always go your way. Trades will not always go straight to take profit. Trades sometimes will hit stop loss. Sometimes you lose. All right. Sometimes you just lose. Oh man, that Bitcoin just dropping. As I told you guys, it would probably come down to, in my eyes, I believe it's gonna come down to this zone right here. It's a very strong level of support right here. So I see price coming down here. All right. Easy money, guys. Our original entry was right here. You would be up 848 pips right now. If you still hold for that original entry, you'd be up 848 pips right now. And if you add it on the way down, you're probably up over 1,000 pips. Actually, you are up because this entry right here is up over 200. All right, GI only 16 pips down now, heading the right direction. Let me see here. Let me try to find. Man, look at Bitcoin falling. Ethereum right there. Ethereum right there. We didn't take Ethereum because the zone was there. We needed to break the zone. We took Bitcoin because it broke through that zone. All right. It was already at the zone for Ethereum. That's why we didn't take a second Ethereum trade. I missed the first one. By the time after Calvin said, look at Ethereum, I switched back. It had already dropped 50 plus pips. So I missed that one. Missed that one. All right. All right, here we go. So anybody that's been watching EJ knows there was no zone down here. All right, there hasn't been a zone. It's been all red on my broker, on the broker I utilize. All right, and then while we were on the break, I was responding to everybody about what broker I use. So I should have, everybody during their break, I should have been responded to. All right, so the way I've set it up here, you want blue skies. This is the way that I trade the Fibonacci. I don't want to see a support level from doing a sell, or when I'm in a buy, I don't want a resistance level. I want to see clear skies, blue skies. I love blue skies. All right. So I'm going to show you current price. So Fibonacci is all about retracement. So Fibonacci, if you watch this video, strategy number 8, it's a sequence of numbers that give you a point of retracement, or where price or where anything may look to reverse what it's currently doing. All right. So with trading, it's a fundamental level based on a numerical. Excuse me, guys, man. This extended time is a little different for me. I'm usually back in sleep by now. But anyway, it is a mathematical point of movement where price will look to do what? Reverse course. So for me, retracement, so that you can easily identify if we're in a down, you see here we're in a downtrend, we have what? We have more red zones than green zones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red. 1, 2, 3, 4 green. We're zoomed out all the way, it's grayed out. 7 versus 4. All right. And we see we have all right. So current price is here, because what you're waiting for is price to go back above the moving average. If we're in a downtrend, we want price to go back above the moving average. When price goes above the moving average, that is now a full retracement. So at that point, we can pull out our Fibonacci tool. I'll pull it out here to show you guys levels. Here are the levels. the 100, the 79, the 62, the 50, the 38, the 0, the negative 38, the negative 50, the negative 62. All right, to do these, to put these on the chart, all right, you want to make sure you double click on your Fibonacci tool. Fibonacci should be on the chart right here on your menu bar. If it's not, you want to go to View, Toolbars, turn on all 4 of these toolbars. So just click on all 4 of them, turn them all on, and then turn on Status Bar, Charts Bar. When you turn on all 6, you'll have everything that I see here. And you have what? You'll have access to the Fibonacci tool. Just a bunch of lines with a little F in the bottom right-hand corner. All right? You draw, you put your mouse over it, says Draw Fibonacci Retracement. Once you click on that one, you can just click and drag it down, expand it like I have done right here on the chart. Now, I did this just so you guys can see the numbers. All right, if you don't have these numbers, because you may not have set them or you reset your VPS. If you reset your VPS, you're gonna have to reset the Fibonacci. Inside the video, I give you and walk you through the detailed steps on how to set the Fibonacci. We'll do the same thing here, but we'll do it very quickly so we can get to the point here. So you want to double click on the actual Fibonacci tool until you see 3 white dots pop up. When that happens, then you can click on one of those white dots and you can right click on the white dot. Oops, right click on it. You get this menu come up. I'm gonna click on XRP, Bitcoin, little reverse there. All right, so 3 white dots pop up. Right click on the one of the white dots, and you'll see this come up here. Go to Fibo Properties. Fibo, which stands short for Fibonacci. You go to Fibo Properties. Here you want to go to Fibo Levels, and here you type in your levels. So under Level, you type in these numbers, the real numbers, and then under Description, you just type in what you want to see. So under Level 0, Description 0.0, Level 0.38, Description 38. And so forth and so on until you have all the numbers that are on the Fibonacci setup. All right. Again, all these settings are in the video. All right. After that, you select OK. And bada bing, bada boom. Now we'll bring it over. GA starting to really move in the right direction. Now, here's how I draw Fibonacci. Actually, let me go ahead and delete this. I'll just start fresh. You grab the Fibonacci tool. You want to start again. Where just a couple hours ago, we were right here. Price finally came back above the moving average, even though we're in a downtrend. That is the start of what? Retracement. So we go back to the previous retracement right here. Above the moving average. Here's the highest point. We want to go to the highest point of the previous retracement. All right. And then we want to draw. We want to click, left click, and drag down to the lowest point prior to what? Prior to retracement. This is current retracement. So we want to bring it down to the lowest point prior to retracement. We're drawing it from top to bottom because we're in a downtrend. It's the opposite if we're in an uptrend. But because we're in a downtrend, we want to go from top to bottom. All right, now that we've done that, highest point of previous retrace to the lowest point where price bottom out before the current retrace. You zoom in, and now you're looking for what? Now you're looking for your candlestick formations to reject off of whatever level. For me, I'm taking a sale. Look at this long wick right here. This is a hammer. I talked about this on the in the video. There are 5 different candlestick formations that I recommend you use. They're very powerful, strong, easy to follow along candlestick formations. This is a hammer, significant hammer off of the what? 50. All right, so if this is off the 50, my entry point is going to be what? Boom, right here. Boom. As soon as that candle closes, I'm in right here for a sale. Now, my stop loss is going to be 5 pips above the 62. The 50 is where the rejection was at. So the next fib level plus 5 pips. So let me make sure this is 5 pips to measure. 126.61 is the 62 level. So I'm going to go to 126.66. Boom. That's 5 pips. So from my entry to what? From my entry to stop loss is 18 pips. So for those who don't like the risk to reward ratio that I have of 20 pip take profit, 40 pip stop loss, you can use the fibs and have a tighter stop loss. Jackie, for everyone who knows about Jackie and Monique, they use fibs on indices and they kill it. All right. And they like Fibonacci because Fibonacci, and again, Jackie is actually the one who created the Fibonacci strategy. So shout out to Jackie for creating the Fibonacci strategy. All right. And so they like Fibonacci because it helps them with a couple of things, two main things. It helps them with more precise entry so they can make sure they have a tight and they're not risking as much as we made with the 20 pip take profit, 40 pip stop loss. But then also they have a set criteria on where they're looking to take profits. Now, rejection at the 50 means what? Rejection at the 50 means TP1 is at the zero. I already hit that. TP2 is at the negative 38. Let me zoom out and see if you can see that here. Boom, negative 38. So TP2 is here. And then TP3, the final TP, is at the negative 50. All right. So we only care about rejections off the 38, the 50, and the 62. That's it. We don't want a rejection off the 79. We definitely don't want a rejection off the 100. If we see that, we're not looking to take those trades. It's got to reject off the 38, the 50, the 62. All right. So we reject off the 50. Our stop loss is 5 pips above the 62. Our take profit 1 is the 0 line. Take profit 2, negative 38. Final take profit, negative 50. Because it reversed off the 50. So for me, I like, and what I'll be using is FTMO. I'll be using this for FTMO, and I will only take it to the 0 line. So I risked 18 pips. It only went 5 pips the wrong way, and I caught 20 pips. That's not bad. That's a 1-to-4 ratio. Because I like to take it back to the 0 line. The 0 line is the highest probability area where price will go back to. All right. That's the highest probability. So with me, I look for high probability trades. That's why 0 line is TP1. I typically go for quick trades. Now, the reason I do that is because, the strategy that I have are primed to help you get in and out of the markets quickly. Also, they're high probability setups. Hence the reason why you guys see people consistently winning over and over again. Even on live calls, we are consistently winning over and over again because we are taking high probability trades. All right. High probability trade. That's the name of the game. High probability trades. So that's how you set up Fibonacci, guys. Let's go back and answer some more questions. And if you're new and you're still learning, that's great, guys. Somebody said they're new, they're still learning. If you're new and you're still learning, it's great. I'm not new and I'm still learning. All right. I'm not new and I'm still learning. I promise you guys, if you guys stay a student of the game, it will take you a long way. All right. It will take you a long way. All right. Someone asked me what the light blue line is curving with the candles. That is the moving average. All right. That's the moving average. People keep asking about UCAD. Guys, I'm not going to be, look, I didn't take EU. EU hit take profit. Shout out to EU. As you guys see here, EU dropped hard. I don't trade certain pairs because I don't trade them, number one. And number two, I definitely don't trade them outside of the session they're supposed to be traded. USD CAD is a pair that is a New York session pair. We can look at it. I'm not calling any trades on it. I'm not going to trade it. All right. It's an uptrend. You had a bounce here, arrow there, go time. It's inside the money zone. So if you want to take the trade, take the trade. I'm not taking the trade. I don't trade UCAD anymore. I've traded it before, but I don't trade it. I didn't trade it much, but I don't trade UCAD. The 50 guys see me trading, the 10 I recommend plus SPX 500 plus gold plus the 3 cryptos. It's all about trade. That's all about trade. And we're up over 80% on that $300 account off of just those. So, yeah, got to make sure you trade. When you trade pairs during the session they're supposed to be traded, you have a higher probability chance of making your goal. So if your goal is 10 pips, 20 pips, you have a higher probability chance of making it. Can you win outside of the time that's supposed to be traded? Of course you can. But the goal is to be consistent long term, not just for a day or two, long term. A consistent trader is consistent long term. So yes, you can go trade and make money like, oh, Nate don't know what he's talking about. But do it every day for the next year and tell me how that works out for you. It's about the long-term game, guys. Long-term. Having a good day means nothing. Me getting on these live sessions, and if we had one winning day and we lost the next 3, that'd be like, all right, Nate doesn't know what he's doing. You guys haven't taken a loss yet. I closed out the GCAD trade, but as of yet, no one has lost on the London session. New York session has had very little losses. They've taken twice as many trades as we have, because they just had a lot better movement over the last couple months. But they've also taken a few more losses. I think they've got a total of 4 losses in the last few months. We only have a total of, as I call it, 1. That's because I took the L and closed out early. But other than that, you guys haven't lost anything. So you guys can see across both channels, we're winning consistently because we follow the rules. We trade pairs during the sessions they're supposed to be traded. All right. And that's the name of the game. You can't go multiple months and not lose trades or lose very few trades because you are trading based on, a humbug, as I call it. All right. So make sure you're trading during the time that certain currency pairs will be traded. And if you miss the trade, you miss the trade. You want to trade high probability setups. All right. If you miss it, you miss it. That's the name of the game, guys. Somebody asked how you delete the fib. Delete the fib the same way you pretty much when you're actually making the trade. Making the setup. So you do the same thing. You double click on the fib to get the three white dots. You right click on the fib, hit delete, and that deletes it just like that. All right, so I'm deep in profit. So guys, if GA loses, I don't even care. Why? Because I've made so much profit. I'm up $106.25 right now with Bitcoin. So I could lose this trade with GI and not be okay. Because again, I didn't over leverage. All right, I didn't over leverage. That is the key, guys. We're gonna keep talking about this because somebody's gonna send me a message on that last Bitcoin trade that had a little retrace and say I blew my account. Do not over leverage. Yes, we do call a lot of winning trades on these sessions, New York session, London session. However, we will lose some trades because that's just the name of the game. As well, there will be some drawdown. Price does never go straight in your direction. There are nights when it does. There are nights when it didn't. The first Bitcoin trade went straight in our direction. The next one didn't. I explained why with a 200 moving average. Hopefully you learned something from that. All right. So keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. Price never goes directly in your direction. But we are up, so we could have 40 pips stop loss hit, and I don't care because we are what? In profit, and we did not over leverage. But this bad boy is going the right direction. Starting to retrace. This white line, this blue line here, this is the moving average. Reject here, boom, look at that, hammer. Reject there, look at that, another hammer. Now what's he doing? Now you got a bearish engulfing candle right here after you get the hammer. If this wasn't against the trend, if this was with the trend, I would be adding another position right here. I would be adding another position if this was not against the trend. All right? Because it's against the trend, we're just going to go for a quick scalp, 10 pips, which is right around here where this trend line is at. I got mine set at 20 pips just in case it plows through it really quickly. But 10 pips is all we're going for on GI because it is a counter trend trade. All right? We didn't take too many pound pair trades. We didn't take too many trades off the pairs that we recommended tonight. All right, didn't take too many. Actually, we didn't take any. We got one trade on GI in on that one. But you know, that's what happens. That's why we added cryptocurrency. That's why we added cryptocurrency to ensure that the opportunity to catch pips is there. We still making money. All right, so we're gonna keep trading cryptocurrency as long as it keeps paying us. Down 10 pips on GI and heading the right direction. All right, let's answer some more questions. All right, we already went over the FIP. All right, somebody want me to remind them spreads will be different? Yeah, spreads will be different. Spreads are different based on the brokers you have. The brokers I recommend have low spreads. They're A-book brokers. So remember, they want to entice you to trade on their platform, so they're going to have lower spreads. All right, let me go through and answer some questions here, guys. We got 29 or 21 minutes left. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a little jams. We got 255 people still on the call. Shout out to you guys still on the call. I'm gonna play some jams here while I answer some questions for everybody to make sure that everybody gets what they came for this call for. So I want to make sure these guys get their answers, their questions answered. So I'm gonna turn some jams on while I answer these questions.
That GA dropping.
What do you say, Calvin?
So that GA dropping.
GA dropping. Let's go look at it real quick before I turn the jams on. GA, we were down as much as 27 pips. Now we're only down 8. Only down 8. GI. There it is, coming down the right way. Coming down the right way. Like I said, staying underneath that moving average. I feel real comfortable with staying underneath the moving average. All right. 10 pips. I got mine set at 20 just in case price really moves real fast, but I'm looking to take it out at 10. So when I see plus 10, I'm gonna manually close out. And that will be number 3 trade for tonight. We'll go 3 for 3 tonight. Right now we're 2 for 2 on Bitcoin. We're 2 for 2 on Bitcoin, about to be 3 for 3 when GI hits. And it will be another
Ethereum. Don't forget Ethereum.
Oh yeah, Ethereum. I missed that one. I apologize. So hey, we're 3 for 3 right now. 2 Bitcoin trades, Ethereum trade. We're 3 for 3. I missed the Ethereum. I was too slow getting into it, and we'll be 4 for 4 with GI when this one hits. So this is another reason why we moved the call, guys, a late hour later, so we can start getting into trades and getting more trades. We're up a little later. We would have been off the call, about 41 minutes ago, and which means we would have missed that second Bitcoin trade. So this is why we pushed the call back a little bit. It was voted on by you, the people. You, the people, voted to move the call back an hour later last week. So if you're new this week, just know that everyone that was on the call last week voted to move the call back an hour. As you can see, our first day trading was usually our first day trading of the week. It's typically a slow day. 1 trade, usually no trades. We got it in 4. So pushing it back an hour has shown to have some tangible dividends. So, and we're probably gonna do that. If you guys have noticed, the New York session stops an hour before money zone. So what we're gonna do is instead of having 12 hours of live trading, we'll have 10 hours on the days on 3 days a week from a standpoint of the money zone. So starting an hour after the money zone starts and stopping an hour before the money zone ends, just to maximize. Because typically if we trade during those time frames, it's real slow. All right, so that's the reason why I push it back. But let me turn these tunes on. We're down 10 pips right now in GI, and it's heading the right direction. Turn the tunes on real quick, guys, and then I'm gonna answer everybody's questions so that everybody can get what they came here for. jumping back on here real quick, guys. I still got some more questions to answer, but jump back on here to show you guys this, that if you're in that GA trade and you held strong, we're at break even, we're +1 pip right now. So break even at 1+1. So we're heading in that right direction. All right, heading that right direction. Broke that low. So as long as we close below this low right here where we got in our entry, yeah, we should be good. We should be good for the drop. Someone asked me about this wedge I drew here. This wedge just kind of lets me know the current, as I call it, the current boundaries of the trade I'm in. You know, price gets down to this trend line, it could reverse. Price gets up here to this trend line, it could reverse. All right, that's what wedges are about. That's why when price breaks through the wedge, it's a good time to enter the trade. But only once it does that. So this just gives me a good idea of, you know, if I see price, it's all about visuals. The reason why people are having success with AIRO is because of the visual aspect it gives you and helps you understand when you may want to get in, when you may not want to get in. All right. So that's why I just threw this wedge up here, just to kind of understand where the boundaries currently are being held. But I expect price to come through and break through this here, down this level of support. If not, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It could come down here and rest. But we got TP at 10 pips. We're at +4 right now on GI. We are +4 on GI. 6 more to go. 6 more to go. And we'll be at TP. All right, guys, let me get back to answering these questions real quick here before 9 minutes left on the call, guys. +9, +10 pips, guys. TP hit. TP hit. So you can close that trade out with 10 pips on GI. 10 pips. 10 pips on GI. 10 pips. Close it out. Nah, let me get back to 10. Get back to 10 so we close this out. 10. Oh, don't play with me. I'm out of there. 10 pips. 567 on the dot. We up $262 on a $305 account that we started with. What is that? 262 divided by 305. That is 85.9% growth in a week. We started this account last, and look, it's starting to bounce off the trend line there, guys. Went through, hit the 10 pips, got it 10, like Calvin said, started bouncing the trend line. That's why I drew it there, to kind of understand my boundaries. All right, shout out to Calvin. Hey, like he said, if you hit TP, go put that in the chat, blow it up, let everybody know, hey, they missed out on London session. All right, guys, so tonight we went 2 out of 2 on Bitcoin, 1 out of 1 on Ethereum, 1 out of 1 on the Forex pair with GI. Minimum you should have caught should have been 300 pips, because every trade we took went over, I mean, the 3 cryptos all went over 100. And then of course you got the 10 on GI. So 310 pips you should be holding on to. So that's pretty much it. for the session, guys, we got 5 minutes left. I am going to take the rest of the time to answer everyone's questions in the Q&A. Shout out to you guys for jumping on the call with us. Shout out to Calvin for calling out these fire trades tonight. And hey, if you're going to continue to trade tonight, going into the morning, or to say this morning, going into the New York session, make sure to trade responsibly. Hey, and we'll see you guys in the funny papers.